there's no mistakes. There's only opportunities to try new things. So approach it that way. And scene. Hi, Sean Dillingham, actor. I was painfully shy as a kid, like run away from school shy, and got into a play in school when I was in 6th grade. And that brought me out of my shell because I was like, wow, it's not me up there, it's that character. And after that, I was hooked. It's unrehearsed, it's natural, it's spontaneous. It's my reactions, my gut reactions to any given situation. I know actors that are what I would call traditionally trained in methods, and often I find those actors, just in my experience in acting with them, to be very mechanical. That's what I like about improv. It's so freeing. It's not, okay, everyone, I'm going to train you. This is the way you react. This is angry. This is sad. It's, well, how would you react to it? Because some people, when they get angry, get loud. You know they're angry. Other people get quiet. You know, they get like, okay. I want to internalize this, and then we'll meet outside. So everybody reacts differently. I don't want to learn a set method. I want to pull it. I want to show an audience how Sean would react, or how that character, as I'm interpreting it, would react. That's why I like improv the best. And a lot of times you're on a set where, you don't have a lot of time to get, okay, in this scene, you're going to be angry. Okay, angry. All right. Why am I angry? What transpired right before this that made me angry? And the director's like, could you just go angry, please? And that's what is great about improv. You're like, be angry. Okay. Be sad. Okay. It's, you go and you fly by the seat of your pants and you trust your instincts. That's why it works best for me. It's unrehearsed. It's natural. That's my way.
Who's your favorite actor?
I don't know if I have a favorite. I like actors, and I was never a Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt kind of fan. But then, I see their work and I'm like, they're good film actors. Robert Downey Jr., when he was younger, did not like him at all. Now that he's older, I like him. And that's funny because I think I tend to like the older actors. I see the young guys come up and I'm like, nothing to them. But you take, for me, a Dustin Hoffman, a Clint Eastwood, a Gene Hackman, a guy that has some wear on his face, who in any scene is like, I'm not going to rush it. This is how I'm going to do it. That I've learned through performing is your pacing, your timing. You can really draw an audience in, because if I go slow and I still go slow, I control the pace. I can pull them into a scene instead of blah, 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 blah. And I think a lot of young actors are full of energy. And a lot of times, especially on film, it's not about energy. You go from live performing where it's like big to film where when you're on film and you realize this can be huge. It's a whole other form of acting. So, to answer your question, do I have a favorite actor? There's actors I'd like to work with. One is an odd choice. I say it and people go, really? John Lithgow. I love John Lithgow's work. To see him play a psycho on Dexter, and then in Twilight Zone where he's like, there's a man on the wing of this plane! And then in Harry and the Hendersons, such a very a family, Disney film, and to see him exude that emotion when they're trying to get Harry to run away finally. The hunters are coming. And then he just gets angry and he hits him. And Harry looks at him and he's just heartbroken. And you feel, he goes, go. I'm just like, oh, tear my heart out with a spoon. That's somebody I'd like to work with. Really, big time. The De Niros and all those people, sure. But acting-wise, I really like John Lithgow. I like the fact that, I worked for the government for a while. And that was, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week in a cubicle wearing a tie. And I was like, wow, I cannot see me doing this for the rest of my life. But with acting, every day is a different job. Okay, this week you're going to be a cowboy. Next week you're going to be a mobster. After that you're going to be an astronaut. I mean, I'm like, this is fantastic. Keeps my attention, and the creativity involved as well. It's playtime for grown-ups. It's recess. Oh, a film I just did. It's coming out in, I believe, January or February next year, called The Manson Brothers Midnight Zombie Massacre. And I read it, and it's about professional wrestlers from the 80s still trying to make money off their name and zombies. And I'm like, okay, I'm in. Are you kidding me? And I read for 4 different characters on that. And finally they sent me one character, and they're like, read for this guy. And I'm reading it, and I'm like, Big Wang. And I read the breakdown. I'm like, this is for an Asian actor. And they're like, yeah, but we have complete creative control. Do your thing. And I put on like a championship belt, no shirt, a cape with fur and heart-shaped sunglasses, faux hawk, and that was fun. That was fun because the director had complete control, and he wasn't one of these directors that was like, it's my way or the highway. This is what I want. He was open to anything. He was like, hey, what do you got? You got something? And I put on the costume, skin-tight red silky pants and this gray tight shirt, and I was like, I asked the wardrobe lady, I go, do you have a sock? Do you have a sock? And so I utilized that, and he was like, I love it. I have to stay busy. Nobody's going to drive this bus but me. And years ago, when I was in my 20s in acting, I didn't understand the process. So I would get an audition, and they go, you have an audition in 2 weeks. And I'm like, yeah, I got an audition in 2 weeks. And the audition would happen, and I'd wait another week or two, and they go, oh, you got a call back. Yeah, 2 weeks, got a call back. Meanwhile, a month has gone by. And then if I was lucky enough, they were like, you got the part. It shoots in 3 weeks. I was like, yeah, shoots in 3 weeks. Now 2 months have gone by, and I'm like, what am I doing? I'm wasting time here. You're your own greatest salesman, and it's all about hustle. Get one, great. Don't rest on your laurels. Keep moving. The stuff that I get 90% of it on my own. And I have 5 agents. And an actor friend of mine gave me some great advice years ago, and that was, whatever you get on your own, that is the meat and the potatoes of your career. Whatever the agent gets, that's just the gravy. So don't rely on that. Just keep moving and hustling and find your own opportunities. And I was like, great advice. And a lot of people ask me, you live in Arizona, how come you don't move to LA? You've done a lot. And I'm like, because all I'm going to be in LA is number 300 in line. And I know actors out here, and I know stand-ups out here that are like, I'm going to LA. And I'm like, you haven't even made a splash here yet. You haven't even made a ripple here yet. Let me break it down for you, what Los Angeles is. That is a town of movie stars. Tom Cruise, Tom Hanks, Denzel, they all live there. You're not even on the D list yet. And why do I stay in Arizona? Because right now, I'm 7 hours from everywhere I need to be. So it's almost centrally located, and we live in the acting age of self-tapes. You no longer have to, I got to live in LA, Chicago, New York anymore. Now I can submit I have a studio at home. I can record my audition and send it off that day. Acting is, everybody's got a point of view. Everybody's got a perspective. Everybody's got a story. And like I said, I was always worried about being an actor, going, well, I don't look like Brad Pitt. I don't look like Tom Cruise. And my agent in LA said, that's okay. Because you know what? Out here, there's lots of pretty people. We don't want pretty people. You know what we want? We want characters. We want the guy that's going to look like the guy who's driving the cab, or the guy that can play the butcher. That's what we want. Stop worrying about that. When you get your pictures and you're like, oh, look at my crow's feet, don't change them. First thing people start doing, airbrushing, photoshopping. And I had an agent yell at me, where's the wrinkles? Put those back. That's what we want. We want that character. Hollywood is a state of mind, I think. Because if you look, who would have thought 10 years ago that Albuquerque, New Mexico, would be the hub of acting that it is? Nobody would have. But the people in Albuquerque are like, yeah, and they're making strides. wherever you're at, you have an opportunity to act. You're your own best salesman. Nobody will push you like you, and the word is hustle. Move and make and create your own opportunities. Don't sit around and wait. I have an agent. Yeah, you know what? An agent has 100 other people that look just like you. So you go out and you create opportunities for you. I wanted to do voice work early on, and you know what I did? I called video production companies, I called radio stations, and I said, I'm an actor, and I'm not looking to get paid, I just want experience. Do you have any commercials or anything I can, And they were like, yeah, come on down. I got opportunities that way. And I started meeting people in the industry. Anybody can do that anywhere. Family life is great. Got a great wife. I have 4 kids. Terrific. And my reason for getting up in the morning, and I love nothing more than doing a project and coming home and going, watch this. Like we did a film. Dustin and I did a film called Soda Works. And I was like, guess what? Dad doesn't die in this one. And I always play the heavy. I'm always a serious guy going, what are you talking about? You and me, we're going to do this? So this was like, okay, I'm this little guy, and we're all in this soda machine working. And so that was fun. It's fun to be able to show them stuff. I love watching them get excited. Oh, that's great. That's cool. But now the joke is, do you die in this one? It's implied. You just stopped seeing me. I just love Westerns. My wife will come in at 3 a.m. and she's like, why are you watching Hop Along Cassidy? It's great. It's a classic. I did a couple of Westerns, and just putting on that gear is just, Any period film, though, you're going to put on this suit and a bowler, and it's 1880, and I'm like, that's cool. This helped you as an actor that much more. At this point, you know what I'd like to hear? Recurring. That would be nice. That would be nice. Because I've done a lot of stuff, and people look at my resume and they're like, wow, a lot of commercials and films and TV shows. That's great. But those are all one-offs. And I think as an actor, I don't think you're going to be looked at until you have what I would call skin in the game. And that's you appear on a regular basis in a series. On even a semi-regular basis. You have to, who's this guy? Well, he was in this and this and this and this. What's he in now? I mean, that's what a lot of people want to know. Is he on a series now? Any recurring role? And I don't think people really are going to look at you in a serious way until you do have that. Keep hustling. Find your own work. Don't depend on anybody. It's you. You drive you.